everyone.
Welcome to December. We are almost
Yes.
with this year, right?
Yes, it's Christmas season. I'm in red for you for Christmas season.
Yes. I pulled this out just feeling a little bit festive, but it's not
A little festive.
little
It's
festive.
cold in California, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It's been quite chilly. It feels like I'm on the East Coast. But East
Oh.
Coast is like, 60 degrees. So bad.
It's like we're together anyway.
Yeah. Hey guys, we have an amazing guest for you today.
Yes.
Kevin
Yes.
Kleinberg.
From Power Rangers Time Force. He played Trip, the Green Ranger. We're so excited to have him. We've been wanting to have Kevin on for a while. So here he is, Kevin Kleinberg.
Hey!
Hey, there I am.
Hi. There you are.
How have you been, sir?
Everything's been good. I've been doing, just busy with life. I got my son's birthday coming up this weekend. We got he's turning 9. My daughter's birthday is in January. And then the holidays just they come up quick. I can't believe it's the end of the year now. So
Yeah, I know. This year went so fast. It's crazy.
oh my God.
It's just ripping through. It's ripping through. How does it feel being, you have little ones. So I'm like, my children are adults. One is married now. I don't know if you knew that.
Right. That's right. I remember, yeah.
My other one is a sophomore in college. Like I miss the little ones. How is it? How is it being a dad?
Yeah, it's exhausting, but it's so rewarding. It's just so much fun. Just watching them just live life and just have fun. They're just all about just having a great time. It's never nonstop, really. So it's, that's why I said it's exhausting. So
I know. There's all these little traditions that you create when they're little, that when they grow up and they're teenagers, they don't care about. But it's fun when they're little.
Yeah, definitely. It's a little difficult sometimes with the school, because how they teach nowadays is not how they used to teach when I was a kid. So like they have so many different ways of doing math now, which are just like, can't you just do it the regular method, the way that I learned? And it's just trying to, do that and help them along is kind of, it's a little difficult from time to time, but keeps you on your toes.
You feel old.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So you have children, you have restaurants. What has your life, before we get to some of these questions, what have your life been after Power Rangers?
It's really just been a journey, really. From Power Rangers, I stayed in the industry, like the acting industry, for a number of years. Did some commercials. I did like an Adidas commercial. I did like some like lower budget films as well, independent films. And while I was doing all that and pursuing acting still at that time, I was going to school. It was always something that was on my list of things to accomplish. Because right when I graduated from high school, I got Power Rangers. So I didn't really have, it was great. I didn't have the opportunity to really, pursue education, which was always kind of on my bucket list. It was always something that I was really passionate about, but more passionate about acting at the time. So, so I was just going to school and then ended up finding my way to UCLA, right? You're a Bruin as well, right, Nakia?
Yes, she is.
Yeah. So, and then from there, I started a business. I started a company while I was actually at UCLA. And yeah, it was actually a frozen yogurt distribution company. So,
really?
Yeah, that was kind of like my first endeavor.
Were you studying business at school, or was that what your major was, business, or?
I wanted to study as close to it, like traditional business as I could. And at UCLA, they only had a business econ program with a minor in accounting. So essentially that's what I did, which was a very, it was a competitive, degree, because a lot of UCLA students become like econ majors. But the business econ had a little bit more of the finance and the business and more accounting weighted. So I was able to get into that program, and then did a minor in accounting, and then I found myself, starting that business, which did really well, for a number of years. I think I had it for maybe, God, eight years. And then I actually, while I was doing that, I became an accountant as well. I got recruited out of school, became an accountant. Then I kind of, through my connections and network, we just ended up building a yogurt land. And then from that, we built another, which didn't do that well. And then we built another that actually ended up closing during the pandemic.
Oh.
But, through that, I was still pursuing, business. We started a restaurant in 2018. And I also have an accounting practice. So between the yogurt land, the restaurant, the accounting practice, and kids and Comic Cons from time to time, right? It's never have a moment to breathe.
Wow.
Yeah, you're a busy man. Wow.
We felt
it's fun and challenging, and keeps you on your toes. And I like learning. I like experiencing new things, and kind of just enjoying the journey, really. So life's an adventure, right? So you just kind of go with it, and you don't know how everything kind of pieces together, but kind of looking back, it's like, oh, I see how that all kind of came together through that connection and that experience and that success or that failure, which actually got you to where you are today. So
yes,
sometimes it's tough, in the midst of things. Like when we ended up having to close down one of our yogurt lands, that was a huge like financial loss, but it was also a huge like learning opportunity for us, for me and my team. And we applied a lot of those things that we learned through that failure, really, in our future, in the restaurant, really. And now we have a pretty good restaurant. We're looking to expand, actually.
Wow, that's wonderful.
We've been trying. It's tough. So you should come by one of these days.
Yes.
And I I don't think I ever got the name. Didn't you say it was in Santa Monica though?
It's on Santa Monica Boulevard. It's in Hollywood, actually. It's on the corner of Vine and Santa Monica Boulevard.
Vine, and please tell everyone what the name of your restaurant is, and then you're going to find a lot of Power Ranger fans there.
Yeah, it's called Jesse Boy. It's essentially just Korean fried chicken, Korean fried cauliflower. We have some vegan dishes. It's a really small little place. We're right next to a Starbucks, actually. Thank God for them. So
that's near Gold's Gym, isn't it?
I think there is a Gold's Gym not too far from there. Yes.
Yeah. It's over in that neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a happening. There's a lot of activity. It's gotten better over the years, but it's that's kind of what we needed. We wanted to take it kind of slow, which was one of the things that we learned, is just start with a really small little shop and kind of get like proof of concept, establish the brand that way, and then kind of expand from there. So yeah,
that's amazing. Well, congratulations. I mean,
thank you.
Yes. And surviving, through COVID, whether it was a shutdown or not, you still have a restaurant. So praise God to that. Well, we only have you for 20 more minutes. So let's get to some of these chats and questions. Do you want to go back and forth? You read one?
Yeah. Let's go back and forth. The first question, let me put on my glasses because I'm old now. Okay, the first question is from one of our channel members, David. He said, did you like doing the stunts from your season?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we really looked forward to doing the stunts. We probably wanted to do more stunts than they let us do, right? Because they were like, oh, you can't do that one. That one, you can hurt yourself. But we were just like, oh, do we get to do this stunt? That'd be awesome. Can you put me in this? I want to do this stunt. But so we were always really it was just so much fun, just learning the fight choreography and being able to be in the explosions and all the pyrotechnic stuff that go on. But we always looked forward to doing the fight choreography. And I actually did martial arts for a very long time in my life. So it was kind of like, I did it for 10 years. I was like 5. I started at 5 and I did it for 15. So it was always just fun to kind of just use some of those things that I learned, uh, and kind of like apply it. And so I wish they let us do more than we did, but we did do a lot.
Same for us. It was the same in our season. We didn't do any fighting in Zeo at all.
Oh, wow,
and then
really?
in Turbo, we got to start doing a little bit, but we always loved doing the fights as well. It was so fun.
It was the
Yeah.
best. So this question is a super chat. And so I have to teach you the super chat dance, Kevin.
Oh,
We
God.
go super chat. Raise
Super
them
chat.
up high.
Okay.
Raise them up high. Okay, ready?
All right.
Super chat. Raise them up high.
How was that?
Okay, this
First take? First take?
Bravo. Bravo.
All right, cool.
This first question is from Tai Sue. Tai Sue says, hi, Nakia, Kat, and Kevin. What is your favorite episode on Power Rangers Time Force? Mine is Time for Lightspeed.
Well, I have my go-to answer for this. I mean, it was definitely Movie Madness, but I just kind of, I'm sure you've heard a lot of my castmates bring up Movie Madness.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember Time for Lightspeed. Oh, that was the
Crossover.
crossover, of course. Lightspeed. That makes sense. I haven't had enough coffee today. Yeah, that was a lot of fun because it was just really cool to be, the Wild Force team up and the Lightspeed team up was just really awesome to kind of make those connections with the other seasons. But my favorite was definitely Movie Madness. We got to, film, me and Jason Font, we were in the Western, kind of film, because it was all about being in different genres of movie making, right? So, like Aaron, was like in the kung fu era, and Mike, was in the samurai era, and then and Debbie was in a musical. Yeah. And then me and Font were in in like the Western era, which was just it was just so cool. It was just such a change of pace, and it was just, it was just awesome. And then it was a 2-parter. So we filmed on Universal Studios backlot. So that was awesome, doing a few scenes from there. So definitely Movie Madness. Yeah,
super fun. Okay, next question is from Thomas Powell, another one of our channel members. He said, what was it like to portray a Power Ranger?
Oh man, it was, for me, it was a dream come true. I was from the generation that I guess technically grew up with it, right? Well, I can say that back in the day, right? Because it came out in 93, right? And so I was like 11, it was like a perfect, so I was a huge fan. I definitely remember, I watched you guys on the show, obviously the original MMPR, I was one of the kids that would record it on his VHS, the VCR. Am I saying that right? It's been so long since I've said that. The VCR, right? And I'd always I'd have my, and then you'd run out of tapes and you'd record over, but it was one of my prized possessions, oh, I got, this number of, episodes of Power Rangers.
Yes. And then
yes. Yeah. Do you remember when TiVo, we were all excited when TiVo came out, when you could record it on the actual television, holy moly, that was whoa.
That was mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing, yeah.
Now we're able to see each other on computer screens.
Crazy.
Around the world. It's amazing to me. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy. Kat, there's a Kenny. Kenny has a question on here, and I think he has a question there too. So maybe we could ask that together.
Okay.
By the way, how many questions do we have? Because I'd like to, if we can get to is there a lot, or are we,
Well, I would say, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll try and do 1-word answers. How's that?
be perfectly
Fine,
honest.
2 word answers. Fine.
Okay. Yeah, because there's like probably 15, 20 that came in.
Okay. 15, 20. Okay. All right, let's do it. Hit it.
All right, let's go. All right, Kenny, have you sent the Super Sentai Time Ranger?
Have you seen?
Have you seen the Super Sentai Time Ranger? And if so, what's your opinion on it?
I unfortunately have not. I've not seen that. I've not seen it, no.
Okay.
But I hear it's really good. I hear it's very dramatic and like very like there's characters that like die and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that happens like probably in every season of Super Sentai. I
Yeah.
don't know. I could be wrong, but
No,
no,
it's much more adult. Much more
Yeah.
adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
this
unfortunately
is
not.
his super chat question. Super chat.
Boom.
Raise it up high.
Raise it up high. There we go.
Yes. He said, "Hi there, Kevin, Trip. What qualities did Trip have that you bring into your real life?"
Oh, that's a good question. Thank you. You know, Trip was had integrity, and he was concerned about other people. You know, he was. I'd like to say that I have, you know, that I'm intelligent too, right? So, you know, so to take, you know, take all that, you know, yeah, genuine concern about other people's well-being, thinking outside the box, being creative in his strategy of like how to solve problems, you know, and just trying to have the group be a group, like really just kind of be the glue to like have everybody kind of mesh well. So, you know, which doesn't necessarily mean being like the leader or being like this or that. It's like the group is like really like this dynamic thing that, you know, you have different roles in a group that make it work. So being committed to that, you know, that the group is a kind of an organic entity in itself and that works better than just individual people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyway, how's that? Is that
very
deep
good
enough for you?
Very good. Very good.
We have a question from I found a way to see them. I found one, but I hope I'm in line with you, Nakia. Okay.
Well, you still have Allison's.
Okay.
Yes, I know I have Allison's. Do you want me to read hers first?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to Allison. Allison says, "How was the audition process?"
Very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It was a lot of callbacks. That's one of the things I remember. It was a lot.
How many callbacks do you
5,
think you had?
6 or
5.
something?
Wow.
Yeah, some of them.
Wow.
I heard they like went over they auditioned like from all over the country, right? I mean, they really.
Did you know you were auditioning for the Green Ranger when you auditioned?
No, actually, I didn't. The only time, like, because at the end, kind of like during, I guess, like the screen test or whatever you would call that, they had like 2 groups, and so they called me in with like 4 other people, and then they're like, okay, thank you, and we did our thing. We probably said a few lines, and then they like, okay, thank you very much. You guys go. Kevin, you stay. I'm like, oh, okay. That's probably a good sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then 4 new guys come in, and then when I left, like the first, like everyone's like, "Oh, dude, you got it, man. You got something," you know. And then I think we all kind of like were putting our heads together, like, "Oh, you must be like the blue guy. You look like more of like a blue guy, and this guy's red, and this guy's yellow, and you know." But I didn't know what color, you know, because they kind of switch up the colors, right? Like green was like one of the ones that they kind of sprinkled in every once in a while. So I didn't know. And yeah, I don't remember when, but I do remember having like a really great, like super excited feeling to be like, oh, I'm in both screen test groups. That's usually a really good sign, but you know, you never know until you get
Could go either way. I know.
Things
Never
can
know.
go. So yeah.
So were you paired with your Time Force group? Was that the second group that you were paired with?
God, you know, it's you know, the person asked is probably Mike Copon. I think he has some of those original tapes. I do remember.
Wow.
We were like, I don't think we were all together. I think they like called us in. Like it definitely wasn't like me and, you know, who we like Mike and Deb and Aaron and Jason, but we might have been like, you know, the 4 of us. Like there might have been like most of us in the groups that they keep calling back or something like that. So,
Okay.
but I mean, it's been 22 years now, right? So
You're supposed to remember everything.
I wish.
So
Aw.
Ben Hamilton has 4 questions.
Okay.
I'm going to read them all back to back. And this is a super chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raise them up high.
It's a super chat.
Yes.
Yeah. Do we have to do it like 4 times in a row?
No.
Exactly.
Oh,
Super chat. Super chat.
Okay,
Super chat.
All right. First off,
Okay.
oh, he says, first off, my sincere condolences on behalf of your fellow comrade, JDF.
Yeah.
Lady J. Copeland hosted a lovely tribute by the Bay at the Ocean City Comic-Con. Speaking of Ocean City Comic-Con trip, what's up, by the way? Met your fellow TF Broham Lucas last weekend. We got to talking. It was the crown jewel of my weekend. Okay, I'm waiting for the question to come. Kevin, here we go. Your character was crucial in PRTF. Not only are you the reason Wes is on the team, but you managed to turn Nadira due to a birth of new life. When you manned up against Eric whilst defending a mutant, you shouldn't have stood point blank at his Q defender gangsta move, by the way. What do you think about all of that?
You're right on all of it.
Yes.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
that was definitely not me being smart. Like, hey, it was. Yeah, I mean, it worked out in the end, right? So,
Right. Yeah, it did. Thank you for your condolences.
yes.
Ben, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
thank
been a tough thing for the Power Ranger family. But I would imagine it's even, not imagine, I know that it's even tougher for his actual family. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We're at Thomas Franco. Do you have another one, Kat?
I do. I have Pierre Sales.
All right, Pierre.
All right, Pierre.
Okay.
Hello, Kevin.
Do it. Okay, yeah.
Oh, wait,
hello, Kevin.
Hold on.
That's way up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Nakia, that's the bottom of my thing here.
All right, I'm going to read Thomas Franco's super chat. Raise him up high.
Yeah, raise it up.
See how she was like, "You're done. Moving on."
Well, I'm gonna, just so that we can get them in order. My 31st is this Tuesday coming up, December 20th. Oh, that's not a question. Happy birthday, Thomas.
Happy birthday, Thomas.
Pierre was before Thomas.
Not on this
Happy
on my
31st.
list.
On my list.
Okay. Ben Hamilton actually has another question or statement. Do you see Ben Hamilton's on there, Kat? Okay. Lastly, in Mickey Madness, when Wes was surrounded, you should have rode hard. Nadira in Cyclops, True Grit style. Electro booster in the right hand and a Chrono Blaster in the left.
That's
so
right.
he's basically telling you what you should have did.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
what you
If I
should
could
have done.
relive that, I would definitely come to the rescue and would not have. I think I fell off the horse, right? I feel like no, I didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't. That happened in real life. No, I'm just kidding.
You messed up. You messed
Oh,
up,
no, you know
Trip.
what?
You messed up.
We both did. Font and I both fell off the horse. No, we did. I remember. I'm not getting it mixed up. Yeah.
In the episode, you fell off on the horse? You fell off
Yeah,
the horse?
me and Font. Yeah, the horse rose up, and like we both like kind of fell off.
I have 2 questions for you
Yeah,
because we have a debate going with Jason Font.
Jason
I
was
Font.
going to ask that. I was going to ask.
Were you?
What?
I knew you and I. We're just. All right. Are you Team Wes or Team Alex?
Oh,
no, that's not the question I was going to ask.
really?
And I do have another one after that, but you go next. Okay. Do you like Alex or Wes better?
Oh no, it would have been Wes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
That helmet head that Alex had was.
Yeah, because Wes was awesome.
Wes was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your question, Kia?
It'll be at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kenny Shibata, super chat.
Super chat.
Hi. Hi, it's me again. So let's talk about your green hair. Was it a wig or your real hair? Do you go green? How about your gem? Do you have it? What other things did you take from the set?
Oh.
Okay. My wig was my green hair was a wig. I did not get to keep it on the set. I did not get to keep it after the conclusion of our show. And the gem, I don't know. I probably tossed it. I did not want to wear that thing anymore.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Did you like your
No, I actually did not get the gem, I don't think. But there's someone out there in the fandom that makes these gems I've seen, which are really cool. I'd like to get some of those actually.
I liked your green hair. I thought it was very cute.
It was very itchy.
Yeah. Wigs are not the most comfortable.
Yeah. After 14 hours or whatever, some of those days are long.
Long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Walking around with green hair. I love it.
Yeah.
Kat, do you have any questions that you can see on there? You can ask Pierre Sales, and then I'll ask.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank the Lord.
You're welcome.
Okay, Pierre Sales says, "Hello, Kevin. We met at Anime Riverside in June, and I'm curious whether or not there were any episodes you find hilarious that you remember so well."
Oh man, that were hilarious. I mean, Movie Madness was hilarious. I mean, there was just so many. I just remember, maybe because we talk about it so much, but just the fight scenes in the bar area, like, getting slid across the bar and me coming up with having like 2 little peanuts in my nose and like fighting this really big guy. It was a lot of fun. It was really like doing the fight sequences and kind of when they're like comedic and animated and stuff. There was always a lot of fun, and we'd get like such a big kick out of it,
Yeah.
Your cast is one of the most, well, you guys are one of my favorite casts, period. Like, I just love every single one of you. And you guys just seem to really have so much love on set and off. Like, you're still a family. And I just, I absolutely,
we're very good actors. Just kidding.
That's what Nakia says about me.
I love my castmate. Oh, we are like such a family, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, they're like my castmates are like my brothers and sisters. You guys are like my cousins, right?
Yes.
You got your first cousins and your second cousins. Yeah. And you got your aunts and uncles,
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
understood. Yeah.
You got your nieces and nephews. It's cool. It's like, that's kind of like, yeah, it's cute. It's cool.
Yeah, you guys grew together. Absolutely. Okay. We have, let's see here, Colin Kunkel. Super chat.
Raise them up.
Hi, everyone. My question is, how far in advance did you get scripts for each episode, and what was the cast reaction to the plot of End of Time?
Well, we knew that. I think we'd get them. We get them like in 2s or in like 2 scripts or 3 scripts at a time. That we'd film over, like, I think like we'd film over like a 3-week period or something like that. Man, the End of Time was a very, it was just sad. We knew that was the story. We knew that the story and the show was coming to an end, and we knew that. And so, there's a lot of like crying scenes and stuff, and it was very emotional. Thank you. Yeah.
We can relate for sure. When we were filming Turbo, they had to keep calling cut because Kat and I were just because at that time we didn't have social media, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have so we didn't know how we were going to keep in contact with everyone, and we really didn't. I really hadn't seen anybody except Kat until we started doing attending conventions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you remember?
Okay.
first started doing convention? Like, do you remember around when that was?
2009.
2009.
2009. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Anime Expo. That was our first convention.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Long
And we
time.
had no idea that we'd be still doing them all these years later.
You know very much about it. We were talking about that the other day. We were like, we had like one picture. It was
Crazy, crazy. Okay, I have another question here from Scott Bicklicky. He is a fan in the UK, our very first channel member, actually.
Yes.
He
Hello.
says, hi, Kevin. I've been a fan of Power Rangers from the start, and I love Time Force. Trip Takes a Stand is one of my favorite episodes. I love that one. What was your favorite episode for Time Force? Time for Time Force.
Thank you. Yeah, that was Trip Takes a Stand was definitely great episode. A lot of fans really bring that one up a lot. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Movie Madness was definitely like is dear to my heart just because it was just so many fond memories of actually shooting it, and it was just so much, just a great episode in just general, or the two part. But yeah.
And to be a character and get to be something different too is always fun. We used to like that too, dressing up and
yeah. Such a this is a piggyback to that question. This is from Pierre Sales, super chat. Okay. How long did it take to film the Movie Madness episodes, which were done at Universal Studios, as I've heard?
I think it was like, Universal Studios was probably like maybe a week. So because I think we averaged like one episode a week, right? Is that,
we were different. So you're different.
Okay. Yeah.
We were non-union. You guys were union. So we were doing 3 episodes in 10 days.
I see. Wow.
Yeah. It's a little different.
Yeah.
No residuals.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you're not missing out on much on the residuals, by the way.
They weren't a huge amount.
Yeah.
But I
would principle the matter for sure.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, but
it's a topic for sure. So.
It's definitely, afforded us to do what we're doing now. We have a YouTube channel. We get to travel around the world, and so Power Rangers has definitely been an absolute blessing. I wouldn't ever take it away. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have you read that one. We just have, I think, one more, darling.
Colin Kunkel. Is that the one? Colin Kunkel?
I've already read that.
We read a Colin one already, right?
I read that one already.
Well, then, my goodness.
Little eye cat.
Little eye cat can't see the question. Ben said time for Time Force again.
Time for Time Force.
Ben Hamilton. Super chat. Raise them up high.
Come
on, guys.
Raise them up. Raise them up.
Okay. In Movie Madness, when Wes was surrounded, you should have rode hard at it. Did we say that one?
We read that.
Oh my gosh.
With a Chrono Blaster in one hand and the other one on my okay.
Yeah.
This is the last one.
That would have been cool though.
Yeah,
that would have
double, that would have been really awesome.
With a Chrono Blaster and then something else in this hand. I remember. Yeah.
Or even or even 2 Chrono Blasters. I mean, there you go.
Riding on the horse. Okay. Ben Hamilton's last question. Wes versus Alex, double impact style for leadership. Who's with me?
Me.
Oh, man.
I'm with you.
Okay. Asking which one?
I mean, it would be Wes, I think, because we established a deeper relationship with Wes, throughout the time we were in another time, right? So, so I think we probably, Alex had a different style, and I think we kind of grew away from that. So
he was interesting. Okay, we're down to our last. Actually, this is great timing. Last 2 questions. Kat, ask your last question.
These are your questions. Okay.
Who is the true leader of Power Rangers Time Force?
Oh, wow. Rancic. No, I'm just kidding.
Vernon Wells.
I can't. Yeah, Vernon Wells. I can't answer that one.
We all know what you want to say. don't we? Because it's Jen.
It depends on the episode. I don't know. It depends on the day, you know.
They
So-
kind of shared.
In that, when you guys were on set, was there ever any kind of talk about which one? Because I know now they joke about it, which is pretty
Oh, yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So on set, that's
I
funny.
mean,
Power struggle.
I think it wasn't more of a Jen just because we had a longer relationship with her too. You know, like she came with us, and Wes, you know, had some good ideas from time to time, and I mean they kind of traded off, you know. But yeah, I mean, Jen was kind of like the, you know, Alex was like, I guess, the president, right? And then she was like the vice president, and something happened to Alex, and so like she would step in, and that would be, so that could be how like the succession of things would have happened. So I guess one answer could be Jen. So there you go. How's that?
I
Are you
love
happy?
messing with Jason on that one. I
Yeah.
love
Oh,
messing
sure.
with him.
He's
I'm
funny.
sure.
My question is, if you could go back to your childhood self and give advice, what advice would you give?
Keep my collectibles.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's some things like I was just like giving people stuff and just like, you know, signing stuff, and
Yeah.
like
No,
this
Didn't
stuff is
have
so
any
rare.
idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because it was just yeah.
We didn't have any
That would have
idea.
been oh, and just you know, and that's the logical answer, right? But I think just really just enjoy it, you know, learn what you can, and you know, just enjoy life, you know. That's something that I think, you know, it's kind of part of the journey, just as a general principle of life, right? Just things, you know, you want to enjoy where you're at now. So
Yeah.
you know, because I
Absolutely.
do. Yeah, because you know, after a year in the show, it's like you're like, oh, I want to kind of see what else is out there. You know, like everyone's saying that by the time, even like, I feel like actors just say that just in general. They kind of want to move on to another project and see what else is out there. And you know, sometimes you think the grass is greener on the other side, and you know, there's a lot of that just in life in general, even in business and stuff. You know, you just appreciate what you have, and do, you know, just whatever you do in life, whatever you commit to, you know, you don't give it your 100%, give it 110% of your effort, you know, not to do anything like in a halfway, you know. So yeah.
Kevin, thank you so much for joining us
Absolutely.
today.
Yeah, thank you guys, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, we're so you got
We're
guys.
so grateful.
You know, we had asked Kevin to be on the show, and he had no idea what it entailed. And that is just a trooper. He was just like, he got here, like, oh, so are we watching an episode? We're like, oh gosh, we didn't explain it. So just amazing to agree. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so much. We appreciate you.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to do it again in the future at some point. Whenever you want to have me, I think it's so much fun, and just it's always great to see you too. And you know, you're looking great as always. You know, I don't do enough of these cons, you know, to like really see like I just do a few a year, you know, so it's hard to get away. But you know, it's just great to see everybody. It's just great to see, you know, everyone's they're great. You guys are great. You know?
Thank you. Well, we love you, and we will definitely have you again.
Love you too.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Mwah.
All right.
Bye.
guys.
Bye, Kevin.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Aw.
Oh gosh.
Aw,
Love
he's the
Kevin.
sweetest. He's the sweetest. I apologize for the sound effects. I was trying to muzzle my dog who was deciding he was going to bark.
I
This
wish
dog.
I wish you guys could have seen Kat earlier, because you know we have you know, we are technically challenged. But she was trying to set up this virtual background. Oh, we were dying. We were having
It was like just my lips, my red lips with the grass, you know, the virtual grass background. I was like, that's not going to work. They can't even see me. It's just red lips.
guys,
Aw.
this is our last live for the year. The last
Yes.
couple of weeks has been has been very challenging for the Power Ranger family, as we're not going to just kind of cascade over that. So thank you for all of the emails and all of the well wishes, and continue to pray for JDF's family and his friends. And we just lost another. It wasn't in the Power Ranger family, but just Twitch on the
Huge celebrity, huge light, like just represented kindness and joy. I loved watching him and his wife dance. It brought me so much joy during COVID, and that was their whole mission, was to bring light and joy to everybody. And you just never know what someone's going through and under the surface. And it's a reminder to be gentle and be gracious with each other, because you never promise tomorrow, and you have to take care of yourself and reach out to people. And if you are struggling, there is resources for you, and we have to take advantage of that. And if there's someone in your life that you see that are struggling, reach out to them and extend your heart and your love and your time to them. We're just dealing with a lot of mental illness in our country, in our world right now. It's just been a very challenging time.
And we just want to encourage you that you can overcome. You can overcome. God has put within us to overcome. And we've all had moments of depression and feeling less than, and just not wanting to go on. But I just want to encourage you to please go on. You can contact us at powerrangersplayback@gmail.com. If you need someone to talk to, we can send you some information and resources. I'll also put it on our YouTube channel. I have different sites and phone numbers around the world that you're able to call if you're struggling with any kind of depression, because we just want you to know that you're important. You are important.
Yes. You have a purpose.
You have a purpose.
Yes. Yes.
Guys, we will see you in 2023 with new content. We just got a new channel member, Nick. Nice Nick. Thank you for joining our YouTube channel as one of our channel members. We've gotten some really great channel members that have just come in, and we got some new ones that we'll be posting up on our community page and our Patreon. If you're interested in joining our team, we have a Patreon and we also have a YouTube, but we all combine together, and we have video chats, and you get discounts on our website and just a whole ton of things. But you could look at our YouTube channel. There's a button that you could press to join, or you can go to patreon.com/Power Rangers Playback. Anything else, Miss Cat?
No, just wishing you all a beautiful holiday season. Tell the ones you love how much they mean to you, and just try to enjoy this beautiful time of togetherness. And we're just so grateful for all of you. We're sending you all lovely, warm, grateful hugs. And thank you again for just being you guys, and for all of your support, especially during those past 2 weeks. It's meant a lot to us.
Yes. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.